One thing about me is ever since I learned manifestation, I'm not gonna let anyone else gaslight me into thinking who I am not, because I get to choose whoever I am. From here on out, I'm gonna choose to be whoever I want to be, and I'm not letting any single soul tell me or define me or put me in a box and how I'm gonna be and how I'm gonna act. Because no way am I being gaslit again. The only person I will let gaslight me is myself, because there is no one else in this world that should let gaslight you besides yourself. Hello beautiful beings, welcome to the channel where we grow, glow, and expand our soul. In today's video, we're going to talk about why you should start gaslighting yourself into becoming the person that you want to be. Okay, how many times do we convince ourselves? Okay, this is something natural, this is something we already do, but how many times do we convince ourselves into thinking we're not enough, we're not worthy, we don't deserve this, oh, this thing happened, so this happens to me, and I should feel this way because this happened. Oh, I'm not doing enough. My parents, they're telling me to do this, but I want to do something else, but maybe because you don't want to do that, blah blah blah. Constantly gaslighting ourselves into thinking things that we just tend to believe eventually, okay? And that's the point. Once we just keep forcing ourselves to think a certain way, keep telling yourself to believe a certain thing, keep telling yourselves to believe something, we'll eventually believe it, right? Subconscious reprogramming, the power of subconscious mind, affirming, persisting. Whenever we tell ourselves a story, okay, such as I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, if I don't make this much money, then I'm not worth it. If I don't get those grades, then I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough. If I don't look a certain way, then I'm not it, I'm not the it girl, I'm not enough. How many times do we let ourselves believe that we gaslight ourselves thinking that we'll never be successful because we cannot do this, we cannot do that, hype ourselves up in a negative way in our minds to believe certain things that are not true. So how can we gaslight ourselves becoming the best version of ourselves? Well, doing the things that you do the opposite already, okay? You already know how to do this. You're already a master of telling yourself things. You're already a master of thinking things, some stuff that we naturally do. We're already a master of, like, for example, our self-concept, the way we view ourselves is natural. But, like, the stuff that we can achieve, the stuff we can accomplish, the stuff that we allow other people to do to us, the stuff that we think we can manifest in this world. It's all in the way, it's all appear, it's all in the way we view ourselves, all in the way we interpret it, okay? So in order to gaslight yourself, realize you can do anything and everything. Gaslighting yourself that people don't like you, right? That's like a common thing, like, oh my god, they didn't even look into my eyes, what if they don't like me, what if they thought I was weird, what if they thought I was awkward, and then you fill your mind with all these negative things about yourself, that you're weird, that you're awkward, that you're not easy to talk to, that you're not easy to become friends with, that you're not easy likable. You fill yourself with all this, you gaslight yourself, okay? You're that way, like your mind, that's why your ego is telling you, you acted this way, so you should not be lovable, you are not desirable, you didn't look pretty enough, your dress wasn't that flattering, whatever. You do that. So that's like a bad negative program that's like installed within our minds. So to reverse that, let's just do the opposite, of course. Like, in order to combat one thing, the negative, we must bring the positive. For example, there's a very simple quote from Our Subconscious Mind, which I'm currently reading right now, so that's why it's like pretty like prevalent in my mind. And the quote goes like something: the only way to overcome darkness is with light, to overcome coldness is with heat. So to overcome a negative thought, you must think a positive thought, right? We gotta gaslight ourselves up into thinking that we can achieve whatever we want, no matter if it may not seem like that in their current circumstance, okay? We must believe that we are the best at anything we do, because what's the other way? What is the other point of living? What is the point of not believing in ourselves? Like, what is that gonna do for us in the first place? What is it gonna do? Like, are you gonna get your dream career by thinking that you're not like good enough? Are you gonna get that dream friend group or that dream person by thinking that you're not likable enough, you're not lovable enough? You're gonna think you're gonna get your friends that way? Because I don't think believing that, gaslighting yourself in that way, is gonna get that anyway. Not gonna embody the version that is gonna have those things already. Making yourself believe that you're not beautiful gonna make you feel any prettier in the mirror when you look at yourself. Is telling yourself that you're really dumb and stupid and you can't do anything gonna make you any more smarter? Whether those things are actually fact or not, which are probably not, they're probably just a story that you've been assigning your identity and putting yourself into. You're identifying with that story and like holding it so close to your heart. Those things gonna bring you the things that you want. And it's not about bringing it, it's about already embodying it and thinking that way already. And it's also about thinking that these negative thoughts, these stories, like, do they bring you any benefit? Like, maybe it's because the fact that we're so comfortable thinking that way, that we just think that we should constantly think that way. We should gaslight ourselves because you don't deserve it, you're not worthy. Because it always goes back to those main foundation thoughts. I'm not worthy, I don't deserve it, I'm blah blah blah. Like those main, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve it, I'm not enough. Those 3 main foundational beliefs, core beliefs, which almost anything can go back to that. Any like story you have can go back to those 3 things. So if we keep telling ourselves that we are enough, we are deserving, we are worthy all the time, we look into that mirror, okay? You come with the circumstance in which things show you the opposite, because that's the most powerful time to transform your story. It's the best time to pick the story, to say that, yeah, exactly, I am worthy, I am amazing, I am deserving anything I want, because in any moment you can choose that story, and in the best moments where you can choose that story is when showing you the opposite. You can show your mind that it doesn't have to stay comfortable with the old story, that it's actually good to pick a new thought and stay with that thought and actually make yourself believe. Be delusional about it. That's the one thing. Be delusional, gaslight yourself into being the person you want to be. The most practical way to do this is every morning by doing mirror work. Every morning or every night or whenever you take a glance of yourself in the mirror, you have a set of affirmations like everything is working out for me, I'm so beautiful, look at my skin goes so clear, I have a desired body, I love how I look, I'm so lucky, look, things just constantly work out in my favor, I've always been the luckiest, I've always been the smartest, I've always been the most talented, most hot, most respected, I'm always well respected, I'm always well respected, I'm always so lovable, I'm enough, I'm worthy, I'm deserving, I always get what I want, I always get what I want. Look at yourself in the eyes, okay, while staring yourself, brushing your teeth. That's the easiest way. Brushing your teeth, washing your face, doing your hair, doing your makeup, whatever you do in the mirror, okay? And repeating those affirmations out loud or in your mind constantly in the mirror when you look at yourself in the mirror. Gaslight yourself into yourself thinking you're the best at anyone who could be. Gaslight thinking yourself the most confident person in the room. Gaslight yourself into thinking that your aura radiates, like people drool over you every time you walk into the room. Gaslight yourself into thinking you're the most prettiest person on earth and no one else can beat you. Gaslight yourself into thinking that you are the best, you are the luckiest in the world. Gaslight yourself into thinking that you can do anything. It's time for us to stop seeking validation from others, stop waiting for other people to hear what we want to hear, and start telling those things to ourselves. And we can do that with gaslighting ourselves and looking ourselves in the mirror and telling ourselves everything always works out in my favor, everything always works out in my, this is my mirror, everything is always working out in my favor, things are always working out for me, every single day, my life is getting better and better, I'm so beautiful, I'm so pretty, I can always do whatever I want, I'm so confident, my confidence is over the roof, I am prettier than ever, I'm getting prettier and prettier every day, I love my life is getting better and better, I'm constantly receiving brilliant ideas constantly flow to me every single day, I'm getting so many more exciting opportunities and experiences, and I'm the exception. I am the exception. Life is better for me. Success comes to me easily. I'm successful at anything I do. I'm the best at anything I do. I'm always the best. I love myself. I love my life. My life keeps getting better and better. I love who I am and I love who I'm becoming. Mirror work. Because if we don't tell ourselves these things, who's gonna tell them to us? And nor we should expect someone else to tell us these things to ourselves, because we're the only one, we're creating our reality. And if we say that our reality is an inner projection of our mind, of our inner state of being, so therefore the more we tell ourselves these things, more other people will confirm that for us as well. But first, it starts with you. It starts with you watching this video. And if you're here, it's a sign that you want to love yourself. There's a part of you, there's an aspect of you that feels like it deserves the love, the inner love, the self-love that it's been craving for a while now, or you are already loving yourself, but it just wants a deeper connection with yourself, and it'll start believing in who you are and embodying and nurturing that aspect of you, nurturing the version that you are becoming and that you embody now. So by saying amazing things to ourselves and by in the moment gaslighting things, I'm saying gaslight, it's not really just an ego thing. It's not like fulfilling her ego, like, oh, I'm the best, and not really just being self-absorbed. It's not self-absorption. It's not narcissism. It's self-love. We're not boasting. We're not bragging. We're boosting ourselves, we're hyping ourselves, especially if you are in a place where it's not natural for you to hype yourself up. It's not natural for you to say nice things about yourself. It's not natural for you to hear nice things about yourself. It's not natural. Maybe people in your reality around you don't say nice things about you. But once you start saying your nice things about yourself, people will start saying nice things about you all the time. No, it can be hard at first. It can be hard to say nice things about yourself. Like, obviously, the old thoughts will come up, especially if you are in that state of not liking yourself. The old thoughts will come up, like, why you're not even worthy? Like, this is so silly. Why am I even doing this? This is so dumb. I don't want to say nice things about myself. Like, that's so cringe. That's so cringe. What's so cringe about that? What's so cringe about that? No one's gonna say that to you if you don't say it to yourself in the first place. You're not gonna be comfortable. You're not gonna be comfortable receiving compliments if you don't compliment yourself. Like, oh my god, I look so good in the mirror today. Okay, let me tell you, I'm still working through this, but every time I used to look in the mirror, okay, especially back in middle school, I used to hide from it. Especially in the stores, you know. In the stores, it's very common to pass by the mirrors, and when you walk through the clothing sections, okay, you see little mirrors. I used to avoid them immensely. And if that's what you need to do, honestly, to not degrade yourself, honestly, first of all, you should work on, like, in your own home at least, boosting yourself in the mirror whenever you do look at yourself, even though if you hate it at first, okay? Or don't even look at yourself, especially if you want, like, a desired face or whatever. Just talk to yourself. Without looking at yourself. You don't need to look at yourself. But I'm telling you, like, I used to avoid mirrors all the time whenever I used to walk past in the stores, because I couldn't look at myself. I didn't want to look at myself. What helped me got there was, it was a long journey-ish, okay? I didn't really know manifestation back then. I didn't really know about subliminals back then. But it was just like a journey of really understanding what it is to like myself. I didn't really like myself. And right now, I'm still learning to like myself. It's a journey. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. It can happen overnight for you. I don't want to put any limitations on you. I don't want to put any stories on you. But all it takes is the act of finally learning that you can have it all, and it's all about your mindset. It's all about how you view the world. So once we start recognizing that we are the creator of our reality, and what we say, what matters, what we say about ourselves matters, you can start taking that into consideration and using simple things like gaslighting and putting on yourself. I'm the best, I got this, like, oh my god, I can do anything. And even if it doesn't happen, if things don't happen the way you want it to, we don't let our 3D control us. If we're here, if we know the manifestation, we know that our 3D doesn't control it. It doesn't dictate how we feel, think, or act. Only in our mind, only what we think, feel, and act happens in here. It doesn't happen out here. Out here is just a projection. Out here, it's kind of like the unfolding. But in here is where the magic happens. In here. We don't let the 3D dictate how we feel. We don't let other people think how we feel, okay? And the thing about other people is the way they treat us is how we treat ourselves, essentially. A person who is a high value person, who believes in themselves fully, and they believe they deserve to be treated like a star, like a superstar, they won't let other people talk them down. They won't let other people take advantage of them. They will not allow it, okay? They will not allow other people to talk down to them. They will not let other people manipulate them. They will say, forget that, I'm leaving. I don't want to deal with this anymore. They will leave that person. They will leave that situation. They will not let people bring them down to their level, because a person with good self-concept will not let themselves do that. Will have more freedom into thinking in more expanded, more bright, more happy ways of how they can become the best version of themselves. And it's a process. It's not linear. Healing is not linear. We can go up and down like a roller coaster. All it takes is just the discipline and the consistency, because one day we can show up and one day we can think like, oh, I love myself, one day we can be like, I hate them, blah, blah, blah. Like, it takes the consistency and discipline, of course. Like, the more we say that we love ourselves, the more we say we believe in ourselves, the more we find ourselves to be successful, the more we can allow ourselves to embody and stay in that mindset till it becomes fully impressed in your subconscious mind that we are that way. So in order to gaslight yourself, tell yourself every day the things that you want to hear. Hype yourself up in situations that you know. Act like your own best friend. the friend that you always wanted. Be there for yourself in that way. Whenever you want to try something new, be like, oh my god, girl, you can do this. I know you want to do this. Like, you're gonna do it so well. You're gonna succeed. You're gonna have everything you want. Oh my god, it's gonna work out better than you could ever imagine. Like, hyping yourself like that in your mind can make such a difference before you say, oh my god, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. Like, be the best friend. What would your best friend tell you? The best friend that actually cares for you, a family member that cares for you. What would they tell you in that moment when you want to be, when you're feeling down on yourself, when you're feeling sad, when you're not feeling enough? You're like, no, you're pretty. Look, you look so great in that dress. You look so great in that outfit. You're amazing. Like, look at that outfit. Look at that fit. Like, we don't need to wait on other people to tell ourselves these things. We don't need to wait on other people to tell ourselves these things. So start today with me right now, saying that I am amazing. I'm smart. I am the baddest person alive. Things always work out in my favor. Everything is always working out in my favor. Things are working better than I could ever imagine. I'm already the best version of myself. I'm already the best version of myself. Those are my little affirmations. Okay, anyways, you are enough. You deserve the best, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.